Welcome to the Black Gay History Channel. Please share this video and subscribe to this channel for more captivating content. As you know, I always look forward to seeing new and refreshing gay or LGBT African movies. And here's a quick list of 5 gay African movies that have changed the culture in Africa and have pushed the conversation forward in Africa for gay representation. Proteus. I recently started watching the gay South African dramatic film Proteus, and I'll likely do a deeper dive on this video in the future. This period piece film is based on the true story of a South African man being imprisoned in a 17th century South African prison and falling for a Dutch inmate, an ex-sailor, who was convicted of unnatural acts with another man. So far I'm intrigued with this film, especially the rowdy and irreverent lead character Klaas Blanc, the coy black man who constantly tricks those around him to get what he wants. The more even-tempered Dutch sailor Rickard tries to stay away from the chaotic Klaas, but eventually the two start a rough and passionate relationship in the prison in secret. I'm still a little confused with the use of certain modern technology in the movie, considering this movie is set in the 1700s, but maybe there's a reason the creators did this I haven't yet figured out. I love the passionate scenes between many of these characters, and I also love that this film brings a real historic story to life of gay men hundreds of years ago in South Africa who paid the ultimate price for claiming their love for each other in public and would eventually be written about in the history books. The Valley of a Thousand Hills. I recently had the pleasure of watching this new South African drama on Netflix, and I highly suggest you check it out. The Valley of a Thousand Hills is a dramatic movie about two best girlfriends, Nosefo and Thenjewe, who are living in a remote Zulu village, but after coming of age, they are both being pressured by their families and people in the community to get married. Though their families and parents are well acquainted and on some level know that Nosefo and Thenjewe are very close, both families begin to arrange a marriage for Nosefo and Thenjewe's older brother, breaking Thenjewe's heart and causing the young women to plan to secretly escape to Durban, one of South Africa's most metropolitan cities. I really enjoyed seeing Nosefo in Thenjewe's cute and innocent romance on screen, and I really felt the acting and cinematography on this film was top-notch. I also think this story is likely very realistic for young gay and queer women in many African communities where young women feel they have no real rights to live their lives freely and are often pressured by everyone around them to take care of their families. I definitely resonated with Thenjewe's story, who was seemingly being made out to be a villain for being the only one in her community to acknowledge her gay identity and tell the truth about how she felt for Nosefo. We Don't Live Here Anymore. Another film I haven't heard of till recently is the 2018 movie We Don't Live Here Anymore, a Nigerian dramatic film about two families' different approaches to finding out their teenage sons were having an intimate relationship. I'm so surprised I'm just hearing about this movie because Nigeria has such a huge movie market and this movie was been out for so long. I'm just shocked I'm only hearing about this movie in 2024. Both Nike and Nkem are high school students who get caught being intimate on high school grounds and are both expelled from school. As we all know, Nigerian society and laws are very anti-gay despite their massive LGBTQ community within the country, and the two families both react completely differently to their two sons being outed to the community. It seems that this film depicts how one family decides to support their son while the other turns their back on their child because of pressures from their community. I love that a film like this took on such a realistic scenario and made it into a movie with these topics fleshed out for Nigerian viewers. I'd love to see this movie for myself. Hopefully it was a balanced film that shows young gay Nigerians in a positive light. Kapana. Kapana is the 2020 film and romantic drama I recently had the pleasure of watching on the free streaming network Tubi. Kapana is the first Namibian film with gay or LGBTQ subject matter, making this film a groundbreaking moment for African film and LGBTQ representation on the continent. Adriano Visagi and Simone Anga play George and Simeon, gay and bisexual strangers who have a chance to encounter at a Namibian lounge and immediately fall for each other. We soon learn that George is a well-to-do Namibian executive and Simeon is a popular Kapana vendor. Besides being the name of the film, Kapana is a popular and staple Namibian food, meat grilled on an open fire, which many in the US would find comparable to barbecue. Because this food is usually sold in an open market, with many people on their lunch breaks or traveling for their day end up socializing at the Kapana stands. Many of the most important and intense scenes happen at the Kapana stand where George, an openly gay man, struggles to communicate with Simeon, who prefers to stay closeted. I enjoyed the chemistry between the two lovebirds, and there were some very cute love scenes mixed in throughout the film. The World Unseen. Until I googled this topic, I was completely unaware of the 2000 film The World Unseen, a dramatic period piece set in South Africa that depicts two South Asian women falling in love despite their family's concerns. Set in the 1950s in Cape Town, South Africa, in a South Asian neighborhood with many descendants from South Asian immigrants, are battling over their beliefs surrounding the laws of apartheid and the racism they endure, as well as the racism they perpetuate against Native Africans. Until recently, I didn't realize that South Africa has such a massive South Asian population, with immigrants coming to South Africa from India, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan since the 1800s. In The World Unseen, an independent shop owner named Amina starts an intimate and secret relationship with the timid wife and mother, Miriam, while both women try to navigate racial injustice and misogyny in their daily lives. This movie sounds fascinating. I gotta find a way to stream it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these incredible gay African movies in the comments.